Hi folks, today we're going to talk about bones. Bones in the garden, but not maybe the bones that you thinking about. I am in the raspberry patch it feels like I've been working in this patch forever, but I think it's the fourth afternoon. I started this, I believe, on Sunday, and then I've been coming out every day after work, trying to just, keep weeding and getting out all the junk. This particular patch was, we had left it alone. We've been in our house for about 19 years now. And I vaguely remember my husband telling me that this was the previous owner's pet cemetery, which may be why I didn't tackle this area before and why I kind of left it to sort of go natural. And I have not found any bones since I've been kind of milling around here, but I have not done a whole lot of digging. This is the area where I'm going to sort of recover the raspberry patch. And I've noticed as I've started clearing this area out that there are bones to this garden, meaning structure to the garden. They always say like a house has good bones. Well, this garden has good bones too. And I can already see where pathways would be created, where I could maybe put a trellis, where I could put, if I was gonna put sorry, I think it was a carpenter bee. I don't know why I freaked out. If I was gonna put a gate, where that gate might go. And then something I've always dreamed about in this space and then all along the back of our house is taking this little ledge. I'm sitting on sort of a little ledge here, and my dream has always been to turn this into a really long pond. It's sort of a half moon shape that goes behind the house. Sort of a long half moon shaped pond with fountains spilling over from the hillside. It will never happen, probably not. Okay, maybe I will do it, but it'll be a while before I do it. So for now, I just need to sort of settle into what I'm able to do this year and focus on that. And this year, I'm able to recover this raspberry patch and maybe extend it a little bit. And I can see where a path is gonna go, and it's given me some ideas for maybe some fruit trees that I can plant along the outside of the fenced-in area, the new fenced-in area. I think maybe some fig trees would go really well there, and I'd always envisioned something along that fence line, but I couldn't see it because there was so much junk in the way, but I thought it might be there. So now that I'm able to see the bones of the garden, I'm able to envision more. And I think that that's true for a lot of garden projects, especially those that aren't formal, where you're completely taking things down and you're putting in specific, it's very structured. I don't really structure my gardens ever. You all know from watching my previous videos that I don't like square spaces or lines or straight lines or anything like that. I like things that are organic and follow the way that nature would have put it in. So clusters of plants, groupings, things that go together, plants that would normally go together, that's typically what I'll put together. And this space is it's opening itself up and showing me what I'll call the bones. So I can really see this pathway that starts down here near the potato bed and kind of arcs its way up along the new fence line and up to meet the new pathway that I built last year. If you might remember, I was building a pathway up the hillside because I have another great garden space, which I talked about earlier in this year. So this would meet up with that path up there. I'm super excited about what might happen with this garden, and even if it's just temporary with raspberries wherever I plant them and then I'll move some out of the way to do something else, I can at least see what this garden, I think, wants to be. And it makes me excited to keep doing this, you know, cleaning out and seeing what can come of it. So I want to encourage everybody who maybe has a space that is a little neglected, like mine was. I wouldn't say it was a little neglected, it was a lot neglected. We hadn't done anything in 19 years, which is how the raspberries came here in the first place. Nobody planted them, they appeared here, as did the blackberries and the wineberries and every other thing that's here. Nobody planted this, it's just here. And it is something that, you know, I should have maintained a long time ago, but was definitely not a priority, and has now become a priority because of its connection to my garden that I built last year, you know, the terrace beds, because of its proximity and the value it adds to that garden. It does not have to be fenced because it's raspberries, and so far the deer haven't touched them, and I really haven't had a lot of problems with birds. Even fig trees wouldn't really need to be fenced. On very rare occasions deer will go after figs, but it's not common. The other choice would be pawpaw trees, but I have pawpaws in other places that just appeared naturally, so I'm tempted to just leave those pawpaws where they are and put in fig trees in these spaces to sort of give myself some variety. But I hope that you all are able to see the bones of your gardens and take a leap and just start picking at it and letting it show you what it should be. You don't ever have to go in with a plan. My expectation for this was very low. My expectation was just to come in here and clear everything out and maybe plant some raspberries, and that would be that. But it has become so much more, and it's so exciting to see what it's gonna become. It's gonna take me a while to get there, I promise you. So you will get, just like you did with the terrace beds, you'll get to see this whole process sort of play out, and I have no idea what it's going to become. I have an idea of what I would like it to become and what I've always wanted it to be. However, money is an issue for that because it's a very expensive prospect. But I do think that I could do something on a smaller scale that would be just as beautiful and just as grand and nice as what I had in mind. So please, take advantage of the time you have at home, the last little remainder of your COVID time. I don't think we're going to be on lockdown that much longer. We may be pushed into lockdown this fall, but really take advantage of what you've got in your space. Go look at the bones, peel back all the layers, and get in there, dig around, and see what that property, what that piece needs, see what you can do to help it out and make it beautiful and make it yours. So with that, I'll catch you outside.